Well, it's a very smooth surface. I think the guys did a good job as far as making it very smooth. So good job by whoever their paving company was. As far as the racetrack, it's definitely a different Michigan than what I've been used to racing on here. I think I came here the first time in 1996, and this time's a lot different. It reminds me a lot of a Daytona when they first repaved it. It was very smooth. It's real black looking. It's a lot of grip out there. Right now, my team, our cars are just working on kind of trimming our cars out and getting them ready for what we think is going to be a pretty heavily drafting race come Saturday afternoon. So, but it's a very smooth track. They did a good job with it. We'll just, we'll see what it gives us on Saturday.
Austin, how about you? A couple of differences for you in the Cup car and the Nationwide car and running that fast lap in Nationwide today.
Yeah, it was great for me to go run the Cup car yesterday. It kind of gave me some confidence going into today, and I really see the advantage of being able to practice a Cup car before you get in a Nationwide car. I was always good when I jumped out of my crate car and got in a super late model, then came back to a crate late model when I ran dirt. So it makes you just a little bit more aggressive and know what's out there. But everybody's so stuck in the Nationwide car. You just, like Elliott said, we're trimming them out to just go as fast as we can, and I think that's what's going to be pretty key tomorrow, draft, and if your car can suck up and really run well.
If you have questions for either Elliott or Austin, let us know. We've got some wireless mics and we'll bring them to you, and if you wouldn't mind giving us your name and affiliation before you ask.
Jim Uttershaw, observer. For both of you guys, there was some talk this morning on about two-car drafting. Is that a possibility in the Nationwide race?
Jim, that's a good question. Honestly, my opinion, I'm not going to speak for Austin. I'll let him answer it also, but I think it's a step under Daytona where we're going to draft and push down the straightaways, but I don't know about the corner yet because it is repaved, but Michigan is a lot less banking than Daytona and Talladega. So I don't know as far as pulling the G-forces with the banking if we're actually going to be able to two-car tandem, as what you would call it here. I see a lot of it down the straightaways. I think we're actually going to have to release the guy in front of us maybe a little bit for the corners. We didn't see many cars this morning really trying to mess with that. But I think with the degree of banking that we have here, Jim, that we're not going to be able to two-car tandem all the way around. But I do think we're going to draft and two-car tandem on the straightaways and then split up a little bit in the corners. That's my opinion.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think that you try and work on getting a run through the corner, and if you can't make the pass, which it's going to be tough making the pass off the corner, you got to get it done either early in the corner and get it cleared before you make the pass. So I think you'll get a run and just go right that back bumper and try and make time on the guys behind you.
Let's go to Monty, then we'll go to Bob. Sorry, Jim.
Do what now, Jim? Did we try two-car drafting this one? No, this morning was used for more getting our cars like you know how we do like single car runs at Daytona and Talladega. That's what we were doing this morning, was getting our car trimmed out to run fast by itself. Not saying you won't see this afternoon some cars kind of working together doing some things, but I think this morning this is the biggest unknown I've ever been a part of, coming to a racetrack this weekend not knowing what the track was going to give us. Is it going to be a downforce track? Is it going to be a speedway track? Are we going to draft? Are we not going to draft? So I think you saw a lot of teams this morning running their single car runs, you can call it, to trim your car out, get as fast as you can, and learn as much as you can by yourself before you get in the middle of a tough situation pushing someone or somebody pushing you. Mm-hmm.
Go to Monty, then Bob, please.
Monty Dutton, Gaston Gazette. Austin, having grown up on a farm, I was no stranger to boots and hats. But you obviously, this is obviously becoming, you look like if you could wear one in the car, you would. And so you're not going to steal the King's thunder on cowboy hats.
I do. You wear the same hats as him, though. He wears Charlie One Horse. That's what I'm wearing now.
So how did you cultivate this love of the cowboy lifestyle?
Well, being able to grow up around my grandfather, and my hero was John Wayne. I used to watch John Wayne movies with my grandfather while we were out in Montana, and got a lot of pictures when we were younger. Me and my brother both going camping and horseback riding and wearing our cowboy hats. And I wore it at Texas last year, I think, in a truck race somewhere. And I have a country music singer, is one of my buddies, Tim Duggar, and he's up and coming. And he always he's like, man, why don't you wear that hat? You look good, and you wear it well. Keep wearing it. And I just start wearing it again, and now it's just come like a regular ball cap for me. I can't take it off my head. It fits well, and I have fun wearing it and wearing it everywhere I go now.
Bob Hocker, Sporting News. For both you guys, first off, I wanted to check, so are you flat out all the way around here now? You're not lifting at all?
Pegged. Trying to push it to the floorboard.
As soon as you leave pit road and go through the gearbox, you're just wide open, just lap after lap after lap.
Okay, and I mean, typically with like Daytona and Talladega drafting, that kind of opens up for a lot of different contenders and a lot of different people having a chance. Will it do the same here?
Yes. And, Austin and I said that to each other during practice, because we look at the leaderboard and there's different people running faster speeds maybe than usual at a normal 1.5 or 2 mile racetrack. And Austin's like, look at these different people that are up here. It's going to be a wild race on Saturday. And it is. And a lot of times, and I've been in this situation too, if you're with certain teams, you feel like your best chance to win is a speedway style of race. So you're extra aggressive and you do maybe different things or race differently for that particular reason, because this might be your one shot, just like certain guys on road courses. So I think you're going to see a lot of guys taking chances tomorrow, and you're going to see new faces and different faces up front. And I think it's going to be a wild race, to be perfectly honest with you.
Yeah, I agree. I think the next 2 practices are going to be fun to watch too, trying to see what other people do. It's been fun watching what people have done to trim out their cars to go faster and doing different stuff. So it's going to be a fun weekend. I really think it's going to be one of the best races all year. You have to tune in and watch it.
Yeah, Mike Brudnell from the Detroit Free Press. Elliot, you look like the teacher, the student sitting next to you, but I know you've got unfinished business, perhaps in Cup. I mean, what are your future plans, as well as the Nationwide Series? And for both of you, Danica was second on the speed charts. She's run here at IndyCar. She's run very. What's her chances at a track like this?
I like his voice. It's kind of cool.
Yeah. To answer the first question, student and a teacher, Austin has a ton of talent and knows a lot about these tracks because he's run the trucks and stuff at these places, and we've got a great relationship going as far as teammates is concerned. If he asks me about certain tracks, we try to help each other as much as we can. So believe me, I rely on him and his team just as much as they rely on us. I think, yes, my experience is going to help me at some of the places we go to maybe he hasn't been to, and we'll help each other accordingly. As far as my future plans, yeah, of course I want to go back to Cup. I've definitely got some unfinished business there. I've been a part of the chase, won races there, won poles, and definitely can do it again. But have to be in the right situation and the right team to make that happen. Hopefully one day it will. I'm not going to lie to you. It feels good to outrun some of the guys that I outrun on Saturday, turn the TV on Sunday and watch those same guys running the top 5 all day. And I'm like, yeah, we just outrun him yesterday in the same equipment. So that definitely feels good. Third question, as far as Danica is concerned, she's not scared to go fast. We know that. She came from open wheel racing where they probably run 230 around here pretty easily. So this track and this driving style probably is going to fit her pretty good. I think she's going to run very well here tomorrow. She was fast in practice. She's shown at Daytona that she knows how to draft and is really good at the draft. So I honestly feel like, and they qualified on the pole for the Daytona race in February, so they're going to be strong. So I think definitely this is going to be a good race for her. That's my opinion.
Go to Joe.
Joe Menzer, NASCAR.com. With Father's Day coming up, Austin, could you talk a little bit about what your dad has meant to you, and Elliot, if you want to weigh in too about being a father now, and also,
okay,
just how your dads have helped you out.
Yeah, I mean, I think my dad's personality is where I get my flair and what I do and how I act. I think everybody, you reflect off your parents, I guess, and that's how I've always been. And I try not to do some of the things my dad's done in a race car. But my dad's taught me a lot, especially about life and how to act as a person. So without him, I don't know what I'd be doing. And he's been hard on me in the race car because he's been there and done that and wants the best for me. So I love having his support each and every weekend. And I'm glad he gets to, on Sunday, I guess he's walking across the stage with us on Father's Day, so that's very cool.
I echo his words about my dad. My dad's been my biggest supporter and biggest critic my whole career. He's very competitive and own race cars, and without him, I wouldn't be here today. I learn more about that now as I get older, how much he sacrificed as a man and how much we sacrificed as a family. so he could give me the tools that I needed to be competitive in go-karts and late models and things like that. So, you know, my dad's unconditional love is definitely something that pushes me, and I want to do good for him. And then it's funny, in return, I want to do good for my son also. It's very tough to leave home every week with a 2-year-old boy saying, "Don't go, Daddy, come back." And when you get back home, for him to be there makes your bad days seem a little bit better. So it's cool being a father now. And I think that's where I'm getting my drive now as a race car driver, even more than I ever have, is to watch what my son went through when he was born. 2 surgeries, didn't know if he was going to live. They didn't know if he was ever going to walk, talk, do anything. And he had to fight through it. And I'm thinking, at 6 months old, if he can fight and do those kind of things, I damn sure can fight and be a race car driver. So it kind of gives me a little extra boost that I need, you know, that I need each and every week to come be successful.